And I'm back. I just turned off the camera for the game preview against Everton, and I said I had a video planned about Rashford, and here he comes. I have been looking forward to this day because tomorrow is the day where Rashford goes to the doctor to get the verdict. Can he now be cleared for contact? That has been the thing so far. He's been working out, he's been training, he's been conditioning, and he's been staying active. That's good. We need that. He's been working on his upper body as well. You've seen him with stretch bands and stuff like that, just to condition his shoulders and upper strength. So tomorrow, he said on social media himself that tomorrow is the day he goes to the doctor to be either cleared for, contact, or he's being told that you need another week or two before you can have contact. Basically, they're going to see how is the surgery going along, how is the healing of the shoulder, which one it is. So, and it's an assessment of pain level. They're probably going to ask him, hey, do you have any pain? Do you feel any weird stuff going on? Is it uncomfortable? I have had many surgeries in my life, 8 or 9, and very often I had a huge back surgery many years ago, 6 years ago, and from that surgery I developed arthritis right there where the surgery was, and you can get that too in your shoulder, and it's very, very painful and very, very limiting. So you have to do workouts. You have to go and break up the arthritis and the scar tissue. Sometimes the scar tissue is really, really bad and painful. Shoulder, because it's a very movable joint, you might want to work on that scar tissuing. So that's probably what they're going to check out. Hey, how is it going? How is it healing? Do you have any pain or uncomfortableness with the scar tissue? Have you developed any arthritis from this? If no, you're good to go. If you have a little bit of scar tissue, there are treatments to do for that. Basically, you're just using metal dummies round dummies to mash it out and make it go away. I've done it many times on things in muscles where I had scar tissue. So there's ways to do it. So if he has any of that, if they haven't taken care of that so far and still, they probably say, hey, you need a week of treatments for scar tissue, and then you're good to go for contact. It's not that scar tissue is bad, it's just very painful and uncomfortable. And it might hinder your performance on the field if you don't feel 100%. And that's very often when you see people who are hurt that comes back and they say, oh, I have a soreness, they come back from an ankle or knee injury or something like that, and they say, I have a soreness in my knee. 9 out of 10 times, that's scar tissue. So I'm very excited about tomorrow. I hope he gets the green light for contact. That means he can start working out with the rest of the team, not just run on the sideline and do whatever exercises he's been told to do. So if he can join the team now and start making contacts and stuff like that, I think we will see maybe 2 to 3 weeks of intensive training with the ball, with the team, before he's back on the field as a starter. And let me tell you, when Rashford comes back, you will see a totally different Manchester United. This is how important Rashford is to this team. We as fans have probably not reflected over this, but after, I said it in my previous video, after we lost Daniel James and Rashford, we have lost the speed on the flanks and on top, and it's kind of, if you look at it, it's after those two elements disappeared, it's after the speed went away that we have had a little bit of struggle. So getting Rashford back would be essential. He's a very important player for this team. If you think that Bruno is, or Pogba is important, or De Gea, or Ronaldo, Cavani, you're right. They're all important, but Rashford brings something else. He brings something to the table that none of the others have, and that is speed. And his willingness to take on players head on and dribble and go around them and run around them and go towards goal and finish. That's something we don't have. Cavani is not that type. Ronaldo is not that type. Greenwood, to some certain degree, is. Greenwood is very good at the same thing, but he's not as strong as Rashford. Rashford is built bigger. He's I want to say he's quicker and faster than Greenwood. Um, Greenwood is maybe more versatile with both feet, maybe more accurate with both feet, but Rashford has the strength, he has the speed, and he has that I don't give a fuck attitude. Just want to go around you. I just want to go towards the goal, and I just want to finish the ball back in the back of the net. That's Rashford's attitude, and that's what we don't have right now. We don't have his speed, strength, and that attitude that I don't give a fuck. So, what is it with Rashford that we're missing? Well, it's everything. Look at it. He is, go back and look at last year. If he sees the opportunity and he's too far away from the goal, he has the ability to sniff out a good assist. Like he did with Greenwood one time. He was standing up at the sideline almost, by the midfield. I think it was against Liverpool, wasn't it? And the pass over in the middle, and I think it was Greenwood who scored. Rashford is a good assist guy as well. He doesn't always just boom finish. If he comes up on the left hand side and he sees that someone is in the middle, he can do a couple of dribbles and pass the ball in. And now that we have Cavani and Ronaldo on top to choose from, oh yeah. But if he also has that, I'm gonna go and score the goal. And he has that ego thing, which you need. You need to have both, a little bit of both. And he has that. He can go up and score a goal, or he can go up and do an assist, or he can start the attack, because he's so fast to run back to get things. We're missing. You see it. We're missing that. We're missing Rashford and the workload that he put in. And a lot of fans really took Rashford for granted, and a lot of people really didn't appreciate Rashford for what he did. Rashford can be up, by the 18-yard box and run back to his own 18-yard box to intercept the ball or stop an attack and set the ball in motion to go forward again. Rashford was very instrumental in our counter-attack. That's why you see our counter-attack now is kind of suffering. It's because we don't have Rashford and we don't have Daniel James to be the speed demons as we used to have. I'm not saying that Daniel James was Messi of Manchester United, but he had the speed. You can link up to him and he will take it downfield, and you could get your team up behind him. The whole team would rush up. You saw it time after time. We don't have that now. Now the team is moving slowly up because we lost the speed. Getting Rashford back will help a lot on that, but we need to get another player that has the speed. We have a lot of technical players now. Earlier on, before this year, before we got Ronaldo, before we got Sancho, we had speed. Maybe not so much technical players, but we had speed. We had determination. Okay, we got rid of one speed demon, and then unfortunately one other speed guy got hurt, and we kind of like, okay, we want Sancho, we want Ronaldo, we want Varane. We got a lot of technical players. Sancho is a technical player. Dribble. Maybe not the fastest one. Ronaldo is not the fastest one now in his days, but he's very technical and he has a very good awareness of where he is and what he wants to do. His finishing is prima donna, Maradona, Pele, all kinds of stuff. Good. But we're missing a link. We're missing a very important factor in our attack. And this is why I think a lot of people, a lot of pundits, a lot of fake fans, and a lot of fans, negative fans, and a lot of fans with the wrong agenda is criticizing Ole. Because we don't have the speed anymore. The speed is what set our tone for our counterattacks. Look and see, how many times have we counterattacked with speed lately? Not much. We could counterattack from our own 18-yard box earlier, and we could be in the opponent's box within like 5 seconds. with Daniel James and Rashford on the field, or either one of them. Now it's like meticulous, slow build up, passing, 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 and a little bit of a flick through here and there. But our game has slowed down quite a bit. Getting Rashford back, I think we will see a totally different Manchester United. It will bring a totally new dimension to the team. Okay, you'll get speed, you will get another goal scorer. So let's say if you have a game where maybe Ronaldo, Greenwood is not working out, they have a bad day or whatever, you have the opportunity to put on Lingard, Cavani, Rashford, Elanga, you name it. It is a way more, totally different dimension and a totally different dynamic. The dynamic of the build and the play and the build up of the play will be totally different. Because if you look at it, our counterattacks that are kind of like missing right now, who was the guy on our team that was responsible for the counterattack? I'm just asking. I'll give you a couple of seconds. It was not Daniel James. He was not the guy to go to when you want a counterattack. Rashford. Every time our back four in like Lindelof and Maguire and Luke Shaw always looked, and of course some of the midfielders as well, Bruno as well, always looked towards where is Rashford. There he is. Matt, boom, get the ball up there, and Rashford would run his ass off to get the ball, bring the team up. Sometimes he would go in by himself and finish. Sometimes he would go down to the side, come back, do a cross, and by then the whole team was up. The whole team kind of like, oh shit, he's running, we better follow. That's how this works. Now it's like one pass up to the midfield, then one pass to a little bit further up, one pass a little bit further up. That's the priority right now, because we want to be technical, because we want to find Ronaldo. I think we're kind of like doing ourselves a bad favor by just focusing on getting the ball to Ronaldo. This is why we need more players on top that has more skills than just being technical. Rashford has strength. He can run shoulder to shoulder with anyone and win the battle and win the thing and go towards goal and maybe score a goal or give an assist. We have Rashford who has speed. He can go down the sideline. You can float a deep ball over the whole freaking field, and he will be down there to get it. And by the time he gets control and looks up, you have 2 or 3 more players advancing towards or inside the 18-yard box. That's how we used to play. That's how we played last year. That's how we scored 121 goals last year. Because a lot of that was due to Rashford being on the field and the style of play that we did with Rashford. The style of playing, if you are one of these negative fan channels or a negative fan on Facebook who can't stand tactics or the tactics that are being used, the tactics we're using now is because we don't have the speed that we used to have. Just wait and see when Rashford comes on the field. The tactics will change. It will change drastically. And you will soon start to see counterattacking again. And you will see a lot of goals being scored faster than what we have now. I hate to say this because I like the player and I really enjoyed our signing. But Cristiano Ronaldo has slowed our game down. He has. But with Rashford coming back, you will see an increase of speed. You will see an increase of urgency and counterattacking, because we have another weapon to do that. You can't counterattack with Ronaldo. You can't counterattack with one player on top that is depending on the rest of the team to come and help him. And because, I mean, Greenwood has been too far out and a little bit pulled back. The same with, Pogba or Sancho. They've been too far back. And they're not fast enough. So, that's it, guys. This is the very important thing. I hope that Rashford can be back in the team, let's say, first game after the international break now in October, that would be perfect. That would be great. Going into the busy November, December schedule with Rashford back in the team, that would be perfect. And maybe we can get Luke Shaw back too. It looks like maybe Luke Shaw is close. The only negative thing right now is how bad is Maguire's injury. I hope it's not like 2 months, 3 months thing, because we see him a little bit shaky in the back with Lindelof. And when Lindelof and Bissaka is out, when Maguire and Shaw and Bissaka is out, you see that the back four kind of relies on Varane, and he can't do everything by himself. So we have to get this sorted out, but the main thing now is to get Rashford back. And what do they say? Viva Ronaldo, Viva Rashford, you know? Until next time, take care.